Hi, I'm Rebecca Campbell. My work has been featured in Vogue, Stylist, Red, Clio, and the Sunday Times Style magazine. I've had the honor of being awarded Best Emerging Voice by Kindred Spirit magazine and Promising New Talent by the Mind Body Spirit Festival. I'm a writer, artist, and creative who guides others to connect to the inner temple within them. Thank you so much to everyone for your love and support of these videos in the Soul Calling series. It's so heartening to see your devotion in listening to the calls of your soul and the steps that you're already taking to embody these into your life. In this video, we are going to be exploring the Akashic Records by first looking at what they are, and then I'll be guiding you to access the book of your soul through a short Akashic Records attunement so that you can experience them for yourself. I truly believe that we are all intuitive, and that when we know the way, we can connect to the Akashic Records at any time. During the soul journey, I will guide you to access your own soul book that contains everything about your soul history and who you are from a soul perspective. Once connecting with your soul book, you can continue to source from here anytime you are looking to receive guidance. My whole life, I've been connected to what I now call the whisper of the soul. I could feel something calling me and had this feeling that things were somehow out of place, like there was something I couldn't quite remember. I found myself looking to mediums, regressionists, teachers, books, courses, and psychics to help me understand who I truly was as a soul, where my soul was calling me, and the work that I came here to do. It made me think, what if we could all access this information for ourselves and document our own soul's history, like having a baby book or a timeline or biography? So I began training in the intuitive arts and working with the Akashic Records. It was there that I was introduced to a concept known as the Book of Your Soul that exists in this infinite library of Akasha. I learned how to access information within the Akashic Records, not only for myself, but also on behalf of others. The Akashic Records is the infinite library of everything in the entire universe. The word Akasha comes from the Sanskrit word for ether, sky, or space, which is the first element of all creation. Akasha exists in the fifth dimension and is often referred to as the Hall of Records. It's often visualized as a great library in the sky. Of course, it's not a real physical library, but this metaphor really helps our mind wrap around it conceptually. This great library exists in what the ancient Greeks referred to as Kairos time, where all information of the past, present, and future exists simultaneously. It is believed that many psychics and visionaries and creatives draw their information from this place. When you tap into the Akashic Records, you can receive information on the history of your own soul through connecting with your own personal soul book. While we all have free will, I believe there are also points on the timeline of our lives that are predestined or pre-planned. Soul contracts and agreements that were made before we incarnated. It could be a company you chose to work for, a relationship you plan to have, something you plan to create, or a person you agreed to mentor or help. These are all in your Akashic Records, and we each have access to this information available to be tapped into anytime we choose. So let's go on a soul journey to experience the Akashic Records through an Akashic Records attunement. In this journey, you will meet your Akashic Records guide and connect with the Book of Your Soul. You'll need to get a notebook and pen ready because as the meditation ends, you might want to record some of your experiences. So take a moment now to get really comfortable, either laying on the ground, a bed, or sitting down on a chair. Really begin to slow down your breath and gently close your eyes. And invite your body to enter a state of deep, deep relaxation. Breathing really deeply, draw your attention to your heart center. Imagine a beautiful flower at the center of your heart. And with your next breath, encourage that beautiful flower to open courageously, petal by petal, revealing a light right in the center, representing your soul, your ancient self. And in a moment, we're going to travel through the center of your heart, through the portal of your heart, to your inner temple and then the Akashic records. Take a deep breath in and breathe out. As I count down from 5 to 1, by the time I reach the number 1, you will have arrived out the front of your own inner temple, traveling through the portal of your heart. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a deep breath in and look up and see your inner temple in front of you. Walking up the steps and opening the door of your inner temple. Walking inside and being met in the center of your inner temple by your inner temple guide, noticing them. Allowing them to lead you to an elevator in your inner temple. Stepping into that elevator, your inner temple guide presses the button to take you up to the 5th dimension, to the Akashic records. As they do, the doors begin to close. And as I count down from 5 to 1, you will find yourself traveling up through time and space to the 5th dimension, to the Akashic records. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a deep breath in and breathe out. You step out of the elevator and walk towards the Akashic records, looking up at the great library in the sky, this beautiful building of the Akashic records. You see a figure who is your Akashic records guide waiting for you out the front. You begin to walk closer and closer towards the door of the Akashic records and towards your Akashic records guide. Your Akashic records guide greets you, and you begin to notice what they look like, how they appear to you. Do you remember them? Do they look familiar? You ask your Akashic records guide to give you a name to call them by. And just trust whatever comes. Your Akashic records guide is so excited that you're here. And they take your hand and begin to open the door and invite you to cross the threshold into Akasha, into the Akashic records, into the place where past, present, and future exists all at once, into what the ancient Greeks call Kairos time. You look up and notice the millions and millions of books all around you. They begin to lead you down the hall, past so many soul books, past the records of past, present, and future, all information existing here. So many books. They guide you into a special room within the Akashic records and invite you to take a seat as they walk to one of the shelves and very purposely reach up and take one book off the shelf. This is the book of your soul. Within this book contains every bit of information about your soul history, about your soul gifts, every experience that your soul has ever had, every part of your soul journey. They place this book in front of you and you begin to notice it. What color is it? What is it made of? How old is it? What is the texture like? Run your hands over the front of this book. Notice if there's anything written on it, and if so, what is the type like? Take a deep breath in and breathe out, and really open yourself up to drinking in with all of your senses the quality of this book, this soul book, this book that contains everything about your soul's history. Your Akashic Records guide invites you to place both of your hands onto the book and say the following out loud with them. I open myself up to receive the wisdom of the Akasha. I'm ready to download any information from my soul records and my soul book that is in my highest good now and the highest good of all right now. Take a deep breath in and breathe out, and feel yourself connected to this book. Knowing that you can now return here at any time, your Akashic Records guide now takes your soul book and places it back on the shelf where it was. They take your hand and guide you out of this particular room within the infinite library of Akasha. They guide you down the hall of records. They lead you to cross the threshold through the doorway of Akasha. And thank you for returning here, reminding you can return here whenever you want. You thank them for being your guide. And you continue your journey back to the elevator. The doors of the elevator close, and you travel down back to your inner temple. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a deep breath in and breathe out, and the elevator doors open, and you step back into your inner temple, and your inner temple guide leads you through your inner temple, through the door, and you travel once again back through the portal of your heart. By the time I say the number 1, you will have arrived back fully in your body. 5, 4, 3, traveling through the portal of your heart. 2, 1. Take a deep breath in and breathe out. Feeling your soul fully anchored in your body, wriggling your fingers and toes, maybe stretching. Take a deep breath in and breathe out, and open your eyes. And just bring yourself fully back into the room. So I'd love to hear about your experience in that Akashic Records attunement. Feel free to share something that you remember, or a vision you had, or even a feeling you had, or what your soul book even looked like in the comments section below. you'll find that as you connect more and more with your soul, you'll uncover more and more of your soul's gifts and memories and begin releasing all that is no longer in alignment with that.